BAND-MAID. I have literally never listened to a song from BAND-MAID. I hear you guys out there saying BAND-MAID is a must. Everybody, Mr. Rock and Roll coming at you today with a little bit of BAND-MAID. Now, BAND-MAID! I just saw them live. Oh boy, what a time it was. My throat is still raspy. I did so much screaming and talking, so much shaking hands, so many photos. One really cool moment, actually a whole bunch of really cool moments. One was caught on tape. A lot of you have seen already. So, I'm telling you, I'm still recovering. It's wild. However, I couldn't sleep tonight because as soon as I got back here to my house, my brain would not let me sleep last night. So, here we are at 5 o'clock in the morning. That is how much I want to talk to you guys about old BAND-MAID. Now, a lot of you guys were like, you should walk us through this whole thing. And that is what we're about to do. Because I'm telling you, this was one of the coolest nights of my life so far. I keep having those so far, and most of it is because of you guys. So, when I woke up that morning, I was faced with a whole, 10 hours of going, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So this was me in the hotel room. Come on! It gets to be about 6 o'clock. I say it's time to go. I get in the thing, go to the place, House of Blues, Dallas. Now, very nice venue, by the way. House of Blues, Dallas. I get there thinking the line's gonna kind of be long, but I'll be fine. I got there and the line was like 3 blocks long. There were so many people there. And when I rolled up on there, got out, started walking. As soon as I got to the line, so many people, so many really cool people saw me and started going, Mr. Rock and Roll, Mr. Rock and Roll. And I'm not gonna lie, felt really good. Felt really good. I tell everyone here, friends of mine, I go, it's nice knowing that people actually exist on the other side of this. Because I forget, it's a weird whole thing. I'm pretty sure every YouTuber faces that, where you forget people are on this side. But I met this group of really cool dudes. They let me jump in the line, which I was like, I looked to the people behind me and was like, are you guys okay with that? And they said, right, we didn't see anything. So that was really cool. Popped in line with my buddy Nico, and David. At least I think that's your name, man. What's your name? Send it to me because I followed you on Instagram. I'm all over the place. I know. I'm trying to rope it in. I'm trying to get this brain correct. It's just going to get worse as I talk. So, where was I? You see what I mean? While I was standing in line, like 50 people, just handshake after handshake. Yes, yes. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I realized I'm very extroverted years ago. And that really got shown during this whole time because I love meeting you guys. It is one of the best feelings I could ever get. And hopefully, if my band ever goes on tour, we could do that all the time. It'd be great. Anyway, so we get into the venue and I skipped on buying a shirt because I was like, I want to get to the front. Like, I have to. And this was the first time I said, we'll buy the shirt after. I have always bought a shirt. I have always bought a shirt before the show. And I said, I have to be as close as possible. So I get inside with my little newfound buddies group, and it's already packed. Like, we're like a good 30 feet from the front. And I was like, dang. Well, but once again, turned to my right. This dude was like, Mr. Rock and Roll, nobody's talking to you. Stop. You see that? My throat just died. So this guy says, hey man, what are you doing back here? I was like, well, you know, it's like sardines in here. We already have a spot up front. It's over there on the right side of the stage. So I took my group, said, let's go. We got all the way to the very far right, screen right. So over here, this side of the stage. And I got to know everybody there, really cool. Bunch of people there knew who I was. Ended up getting on Facebook's BAND-MAID's fan page because the guy took a photo, really cool. But my group and I were like, this is great. My buddy Nico, new buddy, ends up going to get a shirt. Well, he stayed in the line. And then I gave like $60 to my buddy Nick, who is also called Nico. So Nico went to Nico to get some shirts while I stood there. And then they all made it back. And we're just sitting there going, BAND-MAID, here they come. Oh, I'm so close. Woo! So, before BAND-MAID comes out, the best of luck, the guy right dead front center on the gate, where the stage is right there. I hear my name getting called. I look over, and he was like, a whole group of them. In fact, that whole section knew who I was, and they were doing this number. Said, come on over! And I said, I'm bringing my group! And they were all fine with it. So I brought me and 3-4 others and said, let's go! Made our way to the center, and then I made friends with everybody there because it was really cool. Took some photos, did some things, and then the lights went out. And all you could see was BAND-MAID. I mean, check this out. It's happening.
It's happening, man.
As you can tell, I'm pretty fired up. BAND-MAID's coming. I'm not gonna lie. I was not prepared. I was, but not really. And when I turned around, the guys behind me said, hey man, where you gonna run? There's no door. Where you gonna run this time? I said, I'm not. You're gonna have to catch me. But BAND-MAID comes out. Yeah! BAND-MAID comes out. I had to collect myself. So they come out one by one, and I'm sitting here. I don't even know what to think. It was one of these moments when you're at a concert that you just don't know what to do. Like, you guys know, I've been watching these people for so long. In fact, I'm pretty sure there might be a video from like almost 3 years ago at this point where I'm like, I'm never gonna see them live. This sucks. We made it. They come out and they, one at a time. It is the wildest lightning. And I don't know who to look at. This is a huge problem with this band. It's the only band. This is genuine too. This is the only band up here with the 5. I don't know who to watch. They're all so good, and they all have such different stage presence, but it's all like stage presence. So they play Sense first. What a good song. I'm freaking out. Everyone around me is freaking out. Each human, Miku, Akane, Sankey, Misa, The Grudge, which I did shout at when she came out. I went, it's The Grudge. Dude, you know what? This makes me happy too, because now I know that BAND-MAID knows me. And we'll get to that in a second, but everyone around me heard me shout The Grudge, and they looked at me and just were laughing and super like hype. And it made me so happy to know that my stupid joke that I've been saying about old Misa, the grudge, has caught on. And she's aware of it because she said she's a fan. That's backwards. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. One really cool thing that Sankey does is she doesn't say it, but she starts like, while Miku and the gang are playing their shreddy sound, she's just like bouncing, going like this. And everyone just knows what to do. So they go from song to song. They go from song to song. There's no like pause for at least 4 songs. And something I love that they do is they do the Angus Young thing at the end of each song. Well, I noticed it too. I went, I don't know if they're doing this on purpose, but I hope it is, because I love them even more now. What would happen is Miku and Kanami will come out here and go like this, and then they go, BAM! And that's something Angus does, and I went, BAND-MAID! So, I mean, what can you say about the songs? Besides, if you see them, here's the thing. I'm gonna do more videos, obviously, because this band is awesome. It's different now. It's different now. Even when new songs come out, I'm gonna watch them and I'm gonna think of this night. Because this is a band where, you know, you can be a huge fan of a band and then you actually see them and there is 0 disappointment. In fact, there's way more surprise. Like, each one had a moment too. I even caught, okay. I caught ROCKIN during her drum solo. Check it out. You can hear that I'm very happy in that video because I know that drum solo. And it was a little different obviously now, but I know that drum solo. This is why she's my favorite. ROCKIN, if you're watching, oh boy. ROCKIN! So, get it together, man. Trying to explain stuff. Called her drum solo. I was like looking around, you know, while filming it. I was looking at people around me. Everyone was also looking at me. And I'm sitting there with this stupid grin on my face, much like this one. I'm just so happy that this is happening. And she gets done. And then here comes Kanami with her. You know something, man? Kanami, you are a shredder. I don't even know what to call you. I'm gonna call you Shredder. I'm gonna die. So you got the Grudge, you got Shredder, you got Pigeon, you got Nay. And Sankey, we gotta come up with, I'm gonna come up with nicknames for all of you. And I hope they all stick. We got, except for you, ROCKIN, you're the drummer. That is your nickname. Fast forward a little bit. Then something happens that I didn't expect. They stopped playing music. And Miku just takes the microphone and starts talking. She comes out here and starts getting us all to chant some stuff, including BAND-MAID, yeah!
I've been waiting for today, Paul. Oh, we have come back to dance!
I now have a full appreciation for Miku that I would never have had I not seen them for myself, because she's so entertaining to watch. She's so bubbly. I think I would get along with her the most. Her and probably ROCKIN, or at least I match Miku's energy, I think, because she's so bubbly. Getting the crowd going is easy for her, and while she's talking, everyone else is back here. Here's the band. I caught it on video. Look.
Magic smell.
Must do.
Delicious.
You must do okinshippo. You must do omashinaita.
I caught it on video because I thought it looked cool. I was like, how often do you see just a band back there hanging out with each other while Miku's doing her thing? So, Miku, very crazy out here. Then she calls for Misa. This is why I brought her up. So Misa comes out, and y'all know Misa, the Grudge, who is also a fan of mine. Backwards, Misa. I'm the fan of you. This is not okay. She comes up after we have had all this party time with Miku. She comes up and goes like this. Hello.
Lisa, 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 Lisa. Hello? Thank you,
Dude, I lost my mind. It was so cool. Just one word. Sentus. And that's what I mean by each one of them has like this very specific set of stage presence. It all meshes together. It's the 5-pillar rule that I've been saying for years now. Her like calm demeanor was so much fun to watch because Miku was right there. So having Miku like go, come on Misa, you got it. So she drinks the thing, and then they started playing some more. Speaking of Misa, I did catch some of her slappy bass stuff. It was so fast. This is what I got. So they play a few more songs. It is wild. My neck hurts, my throat hurts. It was Miku's birthday that day too, so we all sang happy birthday to her, and it was awesome. We all had towels, and in fact, we all had these, and when we sang happy birthday, all of them came up. That's so cool. What a good show. Anyway, so they went through more songs, and this is what brings us to the clip that you've all seen. So they stop playing again. They go have a moment with Saiki and Konami were teaching us Japanese words, and we were all repeating them. And Saiki was not having it. We failed a couple times. And she was like, come on, that was weak, boys. Let's go.
Toritetsu. Toritetsu. Do you know Toritetsu? Japanese. You are Japanese. It means people who love to take pictures of trains.
It's me.
Practice. Small boys. Whoa. Small.
Oh!
Wow. Let's go fucking crazy boys!
Obviously, you gotta get loud for Saiki! And you see that, Psyche? You're an absolute champion. Oh my God. Oh, and I had little moments with all of them. Psyche, what you guys didn't see on video because I didn't catch it, while a Konami Shreddy thing was going on, I looked up and I went like this, and she looked right at me, started laughing, doing the smile thing. It was her and Akane back there. Laughing, and I went like this, and Akane's like steady drumming, and she looks at Psyche, and Psyche looks back and laughs again and goes, and I was like, oh boy. So I'm skipping all over, I know. It was that wild of a night. And every time something small happened with each one of them, everyone around me was like, are you gonna make it? And I was like, no, I'm gonna die. So, go to this clip. They're talking again. I just happened to hit record on my phone when that clip happened that you guys saw in a short. And I looked up, and then I hear the word YouTube, and I went, dude. And I forgot I was filming too. That's why in the clip, the camera's like this. I'm just glad I caught something. But she starts asking, like, how many of you watched like the YouTube reactors? And everyone starts shouting my name. What you guys don't see in the clip is there's a whole bunch of hands doing this, pointing at me. And at this point, I'm like, about from here to the camera. That's where the stage is. And she looks over and does the, oh! And I'm telling you, I didn't know what to do. I just sat there and was like, I'm just gonna scream, it's me! Yes! And, dude, what do you do in that situation? I didn't know what to do. I looked around. I said, I'm going to die. This is beautiful. Misa was smiling even, which apparently is wild. Even she was like, yes! So that happened, and I was like, I'm done. And then I started, my buddy Nick caught me. I started falling over. I was like, holding the voice. It was crazy. So during that same speech, a little bit down the road, as you heard, is a moment where I started waving Akane, because she's the best, my favorite drummer, by far my favorite drummer. And I looked up, went like that, and she, as you saw in the clip, waved back. My mind nearly shattered. And then Miku says, Akane's your fan, and Misa too. That's incorrect. That's backwards. Misa, the grudge, Akane. But what was really cool is when I shouted Akane, apparently they were waiting for that. I saw a clip, this clip right here. As you can see in my video, you don't get to see Konami and Psyche, but Psyche's reaction just made me so happy. Let me look at that. You can hear my stupidness come out. And the crowd cheered too. That made me so happy. You guys have no idea. I cannot explain. I cannot explain. I'm leaving. After all that, Akane, for whatever reason, eats a banana. And you would think, like, oh, it's for the appeal, right? Nope. Everyone in there was just screaming banana, including me. I'm pretty sure you can hear it somewhere in that clip. Banana! So she eats it, says some stuff, we all cheer. Then they go right into more music. And the songs that they played towards the end, they played Unleash, which I was told that was the first time they had ever played Unleashed live. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, that's awesome. Then I'm pretty sure the last two songs was No God and Domination. And then And it was done. And I got one more moment with all of them because they were like waving goodbye. Akane came up and I was like, she looked at me and like did this thumbs up, started walking out. Konami was laughing at her and then looked at me and waved. I waved at her and shouted Shredder, and he walked off. Miku came over to my side, points at me and said, it looks like she said thank you. And I was like, she walked off, waved at Misa all the way across the stage. She waved back. And then Sankey, I don't know, she's being bubbly, I guess. I was shouting, looked over at her, she was laughing, looked at me, then they all left. And Miku was the last one, and she left, and I just stood there like, I would watch this whole show right now again if you guys came back out and just did the exact same thing. I would do that. Man, the lights came on after that. I was standing there going, I just saw BAND-MAID live. I have a whole nother appreciation for BAND-MAID now, because now I really know what they're capable of. I mean, I've seen them on YouTube, and I've seen the live videos. I've seen the stuff. I've heard the music many times. But now I have this wild appreciation for this whole band. When I tell you, I didn't know at any point during the whole show, did not know who to look at. And it's not because they're good looking or anything like that. If you take all the appeal out, all the beauty, all even like the person themselves, and just heard the music, you sit there and go, how is this possible? Whoever's playing these instruments are crazy. Then you put in all of them. Then you put in the appeal and all that stuff. Who do you look at? I even looked at my buddy Nick. I was like, Nick, I don't know who to look at. This is a problem. At any point, each one of them it's just like the videos, but it's like 10 times more intense when you're actually looking at them. Because you're like, you guys really are that good. Anyway, I turned around and just a swarm of humans were looking at me instead. And actually, before the show too, they didn't have an opener act. So I was told, you're basically the opening act and now the closing act, which was cool to me. And I was getting called star and you're the most famous person I've ever met. Da, 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 da. Just wanted to meet you. This and that and this. I don't even know how to explain that. Thank you for that, by the way, the silver button. But I turn around, like 30 to 50 people probably were swarming me, asking me what I thought. And I was like, I don't know. I was basically talking like this the whole time because my voice was gone. So what was really cool after the show is I got to meet all you great, great people out there. I shook hands, I took photos, I even signed one shirt. It was so cool. The shirt that I signed to, that person said, well, I can't get their signature, so I'll just get yours on a BAND-MAID shirt. So there's one shirt, my first signature out there somewhere. Which, by the way, I'm working on my own merch. But who cares about that? We're here for BAND-MAID. So we spent a good hour after the show just talking to all you guys. And you guys really reminded me how cool this is. That we get to come together, listen to rock and roll, and just be dumb together. Feels good. Feels good to meet you guys. To everyone that I met, you made my night even better than it already was. You made it perfect. It was, honestly, for those of you who know how my year's been going, this was so nice. If there's any clip you're gonna clip out of this whole video and send to BAND-MAID themselves, it'd be this. Hey BAND-MAID, you guys are awesome. I love all 5 of you. Please keep going. And I'll see you down the road. Anyway, that's about it. I'm I'm sure I missed something. It was a wild night. It really was. I couldn't stop smiling that day. I still smile today when I hear the, like, or even when I see Sankey doing her little, like, smile thing. Different things make me smile. All your comments have made me so, like, I cheese randomly. And people in the airport when I was coming back here probably thought I was insane because I'd just be sitting there and just start. And we released Johnny Be Good and all your comments there, just the exact same. So that's another thing. Released Johnny Be Good. 6 hours later, I'm waving at BAND-MAID. And meeting all you people. How else could that get better? Short of marrying ROCKIN. Short of that, I don't know how it could get any better. So thank you guys so much. For real, you have reminded me once again why I'm here, why you're here. And as long as I'm alive, as long as you're alive, rock and roll never dies. Please go check out my song. Hit subscribe. We're going to do more BAND-MAID. Because I'm not just a fan now. I'm a fan. Peace. Yeah.